What we're going to do here is we're going to simplify the rational expression 64 over 72. Now, all that a rational expression is a fancy word for a fraction. And so the technique we're going to use in this case is we are going to factor the numerator and the denominator. So you might be able to do this mentally, but just assuming that you can't, we'll work this out on the side here using our factor tree method. I know that 64 is equal to 2 times 32. And 32 is equal to, let's go 4 times 8. 4 is equal to 2 times 2. 8 is equal to 2 times 4. And 4 is equal to 2 times 2. So there is my list of factors or my list of prime factors, better yet, for 64. Now, I'll do the same thing for 72. I'll do that over here on the side. 72 can be divided into 8 times 9. The 8 goes into 2 times 4. The 4 into a 2 times 2. And the 9 into 3 times 3. So circling my prime factors, I have my prime factorization for 72. So I'm going to put this together now. I'm going to rewrite both the numerator and the denominator in its factorized form. So 64 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And on the bottom we're going to rewrite the numerator using its factorized form of 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. So now that we have our factors on the top and our prime factors on the bottom, what we're going to look to do is we are going to cancel any common factors that appear in both the numerator and the denominator. So the 2's cancel, those 2's cancel, those 2's cancel. And what I'm left with is 2 times 2 times 2 on the numerator and 3 times 3 on the denominator. So by multiplying those together, I can get my simplified form of 8 over 9. Now, of course, some of you may have known how to do that mentally right away without doing this middle step, but this middle step is going to become important in the next example. In this example, we're being asked to simplify a much harder rational expression, negative 15a squared b over 24ab cubed. So I'm going to do the prime factorization of negative 15, which is negative 1 times 15, and then 15 is simply 3 times 5. 5, 3, and negative 1 are my prime factors. And just like before, I'll do the same thing with the 24. 3 times 8. 4 times 2, and 2 times 2. Circle the prime factors. And just like the previous example, I'm going to rewrite the numerator and the denominator using its factorized form. So negative 15a squared b becomes negative 1 times 3 times 5. Remember to expand the variables. A times b. And that will be over the denominator, which is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Once again, expand the variables, times a times b times b times b. And just like before, I'm now going to look for common factors and cancel those out. So there's a 3 in the numerator and a 3 in the denominator. There's an a in the numerator, an a in the denominator, a b in the numerator, and a b in the denominator. There are no other common factors, so now I will put this all back together. My numerator now is negative 1 times 5 times a, which is negative 5a, and the denominator is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8, and 2b's b squared. And there we have simplified our rational expression.